So good evening, everybody. My computer is being a pain in the bum, so I'm just waiting for it to refresh. Here we go. So I'm just checking that I am live on Facebook and on the YouTube. And I am on Facebook. I can see myself, which is never a good thing at this time of night. And we are live on YouTube as well. So good evening, everybody. What do you think it's going to be? I'm really excited about this. So let me take this off so I can talk to you for a second. Right, so I've got my coffee. I'm really excited about these new things. It's a first, so it's a first that I've ever done anything like this. So you've got dies and you've got stamps that are new. So we've got 10 things all together. You've got 6 new die sets that are absolutely amazing. You're going to absolutely love them. And you've got 4 new and exclusive limited edition stamps as well to go with the dies. So all will become clear when I start showing you everything and start demoing. I'm going to wait 5 minutes for everybody to get logged in because I know what it's like. It takes people 5 minutes. I'm just laughing at Julie's comment on YouTube. She's put loads of little money bags. That's hilarious. So we'll wait a few minutes. Really excited about these. These are something that I started designing way back last year. And I wanted to do something different to what we've done before. So it's completely different. You're going to be able to use these all year round. You're going to be able to use them as they are. You're going to be able to use them with other things that I've done in the past, and you're going to be able to use them with things that are coming in the future. You're also going to be able to use the dies with stamps, with the new stamps, with old stamps that I've already done in the past, and obviously with things that are coming soon. So I'm going to flick the camera over so that you can see my overhead. You're not going to be able to see anything yet, because I'm waiting for everybody to get logged in. I'm just going to move that back a little bit because you don't need to see that. They're all here. Look at the bottom. Elizabeth's asking me how my neck is. So it's not 100%. It's a little bit better than it was, but it's going to take some time, I think. And I'm not very patient. No, I'm not. So I'm just turning these subtitles off. Bev's had a nap, so she'll stay away. Oh, that's brilliant. So, morning, Gillian. You've managed to make it. I know it's 4 a.m. where you are. Bless you. That's dedication. That is dedication. So, I'm hanging on 5 minutes just until everybody's here. So, a couple of things that I need to tell you. You can order these new products tonight. So, slightly different to what I normally do. Hi, Sue. So, normally I make you wait until after they've been on TV. I'm not doing that this time. I am going to let you order them straight away. And these will be on my shows on Create and Craft on Wednesday. I'm on at 7 a.m. And do you know what, Emma? I've been the same. I've been so lethargic the last few days. So I'm on at 7 a.m. and what time am I on? 7 a.m. and 12 noon on Wednesday. So these products are what are going to be on TV on Wednesday. So you're actually getting a sneaky peek. You're getting 2 demos because there's me and somebody else going to be doing the first demo. And you're also going to get the chance to order these before they've even been seen. So this is the first time these have been seen on the big screen too, Celia. Oh, imagine seeing my mug on your big screen at this time of night. So just 2 more minutes. We'll wait. I'm sorry, Susan. Yes, you probably will be. What I'm going to say to you is these are literally brand new. They were only actually delivered the other day. So this is how hot off the press they are. Hi, Teresa. 2 p.m. there. That's not too bad. So these are literally just been delivered, and you are going to get these before they've even been on TV. So if you order over the weekend, they're going to be dispatched on Monday. So we'll start dispatching these on Monday, which I think is fabulous. Now, I'm not doing 2 demos, Lynn. We've got a guest demonstrator tonight as well. A little surprise for you all. It's taken some organising, and some setting up of cameras. But it will absolutely be worth it. So just waiting 2 more minutes just till everybody else gets logged in. You're not used to seeing me on a Friday, I know. It feels bizarre because normally we're on a Monday evening, and this is just a little bonus for you. So remember, we are live tomorrow as well at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. So there are 10 new products I'm showing you tonight, and there are also 4 more that I'm going to show you tomorrow that you're not going to see tonight. So there are altogether 14 new products between today and tomorrow's live at 1 p.m. And I know 1 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon is probably going to be the middle of the night for some people, but you'll be able to watch on catch up. So I think I've done enough yakking. Denise has got me on the big telly too. 60-inch of Phill. No, Denise. Now there you go. Started lowering the tone already. Welcome back, love. It's noon in New Mexico. Well, and I know Hope is here as well. I am going to be sharing with all my Canadian and American viewers where you can start purchasing my products from over there. Yeah. So this is something that's really exciting. I'm already talking to lots and lots of different stores in the USA. Some have already got their orders on the way. So pretty soon you're going to be able to buy direct. Yeah. Hope there's quite a few, not just one, quite a few, Hope. So you're going to have lots of choice, I think, which I think is absolutely marvellous. I know I'm changing the subject slightly. I'm talking about USA and Canada, but I am also going to be working with these stores and doing lives on their Facebook pages, which I think is really exciting. I'm going to do a little demos for them, which I think is rather lovely. Right, so are we ready? These are the 2 colours I'm using tonight. You don't need to see them just yet. Let's get a drink and let's get the products shown. So, are we ready? So these are the first 6 new products. So here we go. Shell's got me on her 65-incher tonight because her husband's away. That's hilarious. So I'm going to bring these in, and these little die sets pack a mighty punch, I will tell you. So for the first time ever, these are A6. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Anne. I am going to look at that. So for the first time ever, I've done A6. So I'm going to flip it over in a second. You've got 13 dies in this one. There are 6 of these. I'm going to show you them one at a time. 13 dies in this set. You've got joined up. How gorgeous is that little flourish? Joined up. It's a bigger font. So these are bigger than the Elegance script. It's a completely new font. So you've got birthday wishes. I'm going to flick it over. You've got birthday wishes in the joined up and in the shadow. But look at all these lovely dies. You've got frames now. And I mean frames galore that these will fit in. I'm going to flick it over. I've done some boards. So I'm going to show you the boards when I've shown you all the designs. So every one of these is different. 3 little buttons. And you've got all these nesting dies here. Yeah. So let me flick that over. And I'm going to show you what these look like cut out. Can you see? Look, we've got the outer frame. You've got the decorative frame. You've got rounded corner, inverted corner, chopped off corner, and 3 buttons. That's 13 dies just in that one set. And I'll get to the size of the sentiments once I've shown you everything that's new. So you can order these tonight, remember. Yeah, these are amazing. Happy birthday, Lorraine. I meant to text you. These are amazing. You're going to have so much use with these. So 13 dies, sending hugs. I love this one. Love, love, love. So look, sending birthday wishes. Straight away, just from the first 2 die sets, you've got different ways of mixing and matching. You've got a different frame. I'm going to flick it over. So you've got hearts and ovals on this one. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different frames. Yeah, 3 little buttons. They're all separate, so you can mix and match. Someone special, 13 dies. Flick it over, and I'll tell you the sizes when I get to the little display boards. So someone special, different shaped button, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. And every one of these is different to the others, completely different. I'm not done yet. We've got With Love, 13 dies. Same again, different frame. Can you see already, look? You could use birthday wishes with the frame from Someone Special, or with the frame from Sending Hugs. You could use the buttons. Everything is going to mix and match. So this is With Love. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again, and diamond buttons. We've then got Just For You. These are the first 6. Obviously, you know me well enough to know that there is going to be more. Wait till you see them cut out. I'm going to show you my display boards in a minute. So Just For You has 15 dies because you've got the extra word for Just For You. And it's an absolutely beautiful font. And the same again, look, you've got a little heart frame with little heart buttons. And then the last one, as you would expect, is Happy Birthday with little star buttons. And I'm going to flick it over and show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames again and little star buttons. Every one of these is different to the other. So let me just get you these on the screen so you can see them all. Or hopefully you can. So, before I move on to the 4 exclusive stamps, can you already see how much you're going to use these? I just know you are. So we're going different. This is a completely different format than I've ever done before. You've got 6 completely different layering frames. All of them will mix and match with the others, yeah? So you could use the outers from Someone Special with the inners from Happy Birthday. You could use the inners from Sending Hugs with the outer from Just For You, and so forth. I'm just going to show you. No, I'm not. I'm going to show you the boards. So altogether, you've got loads of dies there that are going to mix and match. You're never going to get bored of these. So that is the stamps. I'm going to show you the board. No, it's not. That's the dies. I'm going to show you the boards because the boards show you how they look when they are cut out. So this is how many dies you get in birthday wishes. Look at that font. How absolutely stunning is that font? It's so elegant. So elegant. So use the sentiment on its own. Use it with the shadow to create the layered sentiment. And you already know from previous sentiments that I've done that you can drop shadow in different directions. You've got the outer frame, you've got the decorative frame, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 layering frames. So, and the buttons. Just so it makes sense to you, I did say I'm going to be done by past, so I need to get a move on. Just so it makes sense to you, all of these sentiments will fit on the outer 3, the largest 3 of the dies in the frame with the frames. So that is birthday wishes. This is With Love. Aren't they just stunning? Aren't they just so beautiful? So that is With Love. You've then got your Happy Birthday, which is the largest of them all because birthday is the longest word. And look, I haven't just done regular corners. We've got soft rounded, chopped off, bigger rounded. So every one of them is different. Just For You. They're amazing. I absolutely love them. And I know the design team have done some incredible samples. some incredible samples. Chatting to your laptop. So just for you, you've got the little heart frame. So remember, if I wanted to, I could use this outer with that inner and create a 3D frame. There's so much you can do with these. You're going to be using these constantly. So sending hugs, which I absolutely love. So I've done this one because I love the word hugs anyway. And you can use sending happy birthday wishes, sending hugs just for you, and so on and so forth. Look how intricate they are. And I love oval buttons. And then the last one is someone special. They're all completely different to the one before, but they will all work together. They will all work together. So that is the new dies. There's 4 more things I need to show you. 4 more things I need to show you. Boo, boo, boo. So when I was designing these, what's missing for me from these is to be able to add some texture to these sentiments. So I already know that this, I'm going to tell you the size, just so you know what size. These are all, because they look quite big on the screen, but they're not, it's deceiving. These are all 1.5 centimetres, 1.5 centimetres at the highest point. So 1.5 centimetres at the highest point. Yeah, the only time it gets longer is there, look, with P. So these are all roughly 1.5 centimetres in height. They are perfect for smaller cars. They are perfect for larger cars. They are perfect for scrapbooking, for journaling, for mixed media, for whatever you want to do with these. They are perfect. Part 2, Lee. I've already started on part 2 of these, but 6 is enough to start you off. So this is what's missing, and I'm just going to show you. Look how beautiful that is. So what's missing, I knew as soon as I'd done these that I would be wanting to stamp over these sentiments. I would want some texture on these. Yeah, hi Judy. I would want some texture on these, and what better way to do that than with some brand new stamps. Now, these stamps that I'm about to show you will not be on TV. You can only get these from myself, from Julia, and from other retailers. These are retailer exclusives. So this is a brand new range. So these are A6 textures, but these are doodled and they are dainty. So if I show you, oops, just come out a bit. This is little doodled hearts. So these are not computer generated. This is one that I've doodled. And that heart is 1.2 millimeters. 1.2 millimeters. And you imagine someone special. You imagine someone special stamped over with these beautiful little hearts. It's gonna look stunning. What's 1.5 centimeters in old money? Well, let's find out. Linda wants to know inches. So Linda, they are uh, they are just over. Oh, I don't even know how to tell you that because that's an inch. So they are just over half an inch, Linda, in height. Just, I think that's right. Just over half an inch. So you've got the hearts, dainty doodled hearts. You've got, this will make your screens go funny, everybody. I'm sorry. You've got doodled dainty dots, and these again are doodled dots, so they're not perfect. They're not meant to be, but look how tiny they are. These are less than a millimeter. Less than a millimeter. You can buy them now, Gwen. They're on the website. Then you've got the doodled linen, And this looks quite dark on there, but it isn't. It's quite an open linen. There's lots of open space in that. You already know. You already know that that's going to look stunning stamped over there. And last but not least, thinking about lovely Judy, you've got Doodle Dainty Stars. And I'm going to try and get the camera to focus on these, because these are little doodled stars. Hopefully you can tell that I've doodled them with a micron pen. And these little stars are 1.1 millimeter. 1.1 millimeter. So they are your new releases. How am I doing for time? Oh, I'm doing really well. So, happy birthday. Sending hugs. Birthday wishes. Someone special. Just for you. With love. Doodle dainty stars. Doodle linen. Doodle dainty dots. Doodle dainty hearts. I think that is an absolutely fantastic collection. And what you're going to see from me, because I've specifically designed these, for smaller cards and for larger cards. So the card, I hope you're all sitting down when I tell you this. The card that I am making tonight is a 6x6. It's a 6x6. Yeah, it's a 6x6 card tonight from me, everybody. And you're going to absolutely love it. When I show you what you can do with all this, you are going to love it. So, I'm going to get a breather. What do you think? Aren't they absolutely stunning? Absolutely stunning. I'm going to show you the boards again just while I'm getting ready. So I'm not going to demo first. We've got our guest demonstrator tonight, who is planning on starting about past. So I am doing a little dinky 6x6. I absolutely love these. Aren't they just stunning? You imagine this stamped over the top with one of these little texture stamps. So the hearts, for example, stamped over with the hearts, stamped and embossed with your embossing powders, or just stamped with ink. Yeah, 6x6 tonight. So just to give you a rough idea of the size of these, because if you look, before I hand over to our secret special guest, so if you look at how I've designed these, look, you can see they're all roughly the same sort of sizes. You can see here that that corner is different to this corner. Every one of them is different. So these are all roughly around the same size. Yeah. So I'll just tell you how big this one is, just to give you an idea. And I'll do it in old money for Linda. So they are just under 4 inches wide. And they are just under 2 3/4 inches tall, depending on which way you're looking at it. So these are perfect for 6x6, A6, although you'll never see me do an A6 card again, not this year. You'll never see me do an A6 card. Not this year. I've done one, I think, this year. That's it. But you will see me doing a 6x6 tonight. I absolutely love these. And do you know what? Do you know, as a designer, I love the potential with these. I love the different things you can do with this. So I could use that with that to create an aperture and then pop that over the top to create a lattice. So many different ways you can use these. So if my secret special guest can just put a thumbs up on her screen for me that she's ready, I'm going to hand over to our secret guest. So I'm going to mute my microphone. I will chat with you all. I will chat with you all in the messages. And I'm going to hand over now to our demonstrator. So introduce yourself.
What? Am I live now? Hi, everybody. I hope you can all hear me. I'll put my hands in the screen, make sure you can all see me. I'm sure you can tell by the pink fingernails who it is, that it's actually me. I'm looking forward to this evening. So thank you for letting me join you on a Friday night. I've got my husband pottering around the house somewhere, tidying up and trying to stay out of the way. So hopefully we shouldn't get interrupted by husbands or cats. So thank you very much for joining me again. So this is the card that I'm going to be making tonight, or a version of this card in different colours. I've made a different version of this card as well, so I'm just going to show you the different version, because I've also made the card. This was the first version of the card that I made in the sapphire blue, with the birthday wishes frame. And then if I just open that up, and then inside with a really simple for you. So birthday wishes for you. So you could write your greeting inside. So then I decided to upsize it just a little bit. So I've actually made this one a little bit bigger. I think, if I'm right, because I know you all appreciate this, so I'm just going to leave that on the screen for a few minutes, just so you can all look at this, because I know you all appreciate the measurements of the card, and I'll take you through it. And in inches, I've just measured it for those people who like inches. In inches, it's 7 inches by about 6¼ inches. So 7 inches wide by about 6¼ inches high. But I'm a centimetre girl. It's easier for me to work that out. So I will put these measurements back on at the end for you to follow, because I know people do appreciate seeing the measurements. I'm just going to move that to one side. So this is the card. As Phill said when he was doing his introduction, I've used quite a few different dies and interchanged the frames to make this card. And to be honest, I could have chosen any frame and any sentiment from any of the sets, and they would have all worked. But the one I've made that you can see in front of, obviously, I've toned it in with my fingernails. Looking at this, not deliberate. I've gone for the Someone Special, but the frame from that one is actually from the Just For You. The words are from the Someone Special. And then if I just open up the inside, you can see, again, I've used the frame from the Just For You, but I've used the words from the With Love. So I'm hoping that shows you how versatile these products are. So that's the pink and purple version. And what I also did while I was experimenting is, when you cut out all these frames, obviously you're left with loads of the cutout pieces. So rather than me throw them away, I've just put them into a little pot, and just want to show you that I could, if I wanted to, I could have actually done that in the center of the card rather than what I've done. So again, just showing you, and again, that could have gone on the front. So I could have put that inside there. If you wanted a bolder topper than what I've done, I've gone for something slightly subtle. So this is the card that we're going to make. As I said, it's 7 inches by 6¼ in centimeters. That is 18 centimeters by 16 centimeters, and it's made, everything's made from here from an A4 sheet of card. So you don't need to worry about having to add extra layers to make it fit. And I guess you could definitely make this bigger, or you could make it smaller. So that's the pink and purple one. So I'm just going to put that just to one side out of your way. So excuse arms in the screen. But the colours that I'm going to do on the card tonight are these colours. So I'm going to do, and it's the craft card with the totally turquoise cardstock, and the pearls are the enchanted forest pearls. And I just have to bear with me because my screen's on a slight delay, but I'm hoping that you can see that because I've got my screens in a different place to you. So enchanted forest pearls. So I'm going for craft card and turquoise to make this card. And the dies that I've just put my flowers to one side. Look, I just want you to see, everybody, 3 flowers. That is it. 3. Phill, are you listening? 3 flowers. That's all that's on there. So the dies and the stamp that I'm using tonight to make this card are the Someone Special, the frame from the Someone Special. I'm laughing at myself. I'm just catching myself up on the screen and I'm laughing that I've just shown Phill my 3 fingers for 3 flowers. So I'm using the frame from the Someone Special. I'm using the words from Sending Hugs and Just For You. And I'm using the stars from the Happy Birthday. And again, I love this stamp. I love these dainty stamps. I'm using the Doodle Dainty stars, and I'm hoping on my demo tonight that I can show you how easy it is to line these stamps up to extend the stamps. So I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to put these away, put them to the side, and just to save some time, I've part prepped quite a lot of the card. So it's the same measurements, this card, as the purple one that I've just shown you. So it's again, it's the full length, and again, I will show you the measurements at the end. And I've already layered up the inside. It does look a bit blue on the screen, but it isn't. It is turquoise. And I've already layered it up just to speed up the demo, and I've not missed this little corner. I'm going to show you how I created it. So that's the basic card layout. I've already pre-stamped my front panel with the Doodle Dainty stars, and I don't know, I'm just going to see if I can bring it in. Forgive me, I'm just going to have to wait for my camera to catch up, so just forgive me. Just bear with me, everybody. Oh, Sarah, you'll have to wait to see how I've made the corner designs. I can assure you, though, I haven't cut them out by hand. So that is stamped twice, and I'm hoping you can't see where I've joined the stamp together because of how I've lined it up. So the first thing that I'm going to stamp for you is I'm going to stamp the panel that goes on the front. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put that to one side, get my stamping platform. Now, I guess if you had a steady hand, you could do this with one of the acrylic blocks, but I'm not brave enough to do that on a live, so I'm going to use my stamping platform. And I seem to be collecting magnets. So this design obviously goes that way. So what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to stamp one side, clean it, and then replace the stamp on that side. But I'm going to show you how I lined it up to make it easy to line up the stars. You can do exactly the same technique with the Doodle Dainty hearts and the Doodle Dainty dots. The linen one, to be fair, it doesn't necessarily take too much lining up because it's already quite random. So just bear with me while I'm just getting set up. I'm going to see if I can see any comments. So I've noticed I go do 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 like Phill does. It must be a family trait. I don't know what it is. So what I've done to line this up is I've literally tried to look at where the stars fit, top and bottom of the card, and I've roughly got that halfway along the stamp. And I'm just, before I close the lid, I'm going to keep an eye on where these stars just touch the card on the edges to make it easy for me to line up the other side. I just want to close that. And as with anything, when I'm stamping, put the magnets close together. The inks that I've used to match this card are brushed corduroy and salvaged patina. So brushed corduroy and salvaged patina. Now, when I do double colour stamping, I would always go in with the lighter colour first, and then I would go over again with the darker colour. So just bear, oh, what is that infiltrating? Just bear with me 1 minute. What is that? Just picking the bits off. It probably wouldn't make too much difference actually, because the stars are so small, that I will do that. So look at where you need to stamp, because obviously I don't need to stamp all this outer edge. I'm going to add, I'm trying to stamp lightly as well so I don't make anybody jump out of the skin. So that's the two colours done. I'm just going to make sure that I've gone in enough. No, so I just need to add a little bit more to the outer edges. So I'm going to go opposite colours. Of course, this would work equally as nicely if you just had one colour. I've just tried to choose the inks that have toned in to the two colours of my cardstock. So, oh, I've missed a bit there. Look, hang on. You can even see where I've missed it. So I'm just going to go in with a bit of brown. But you can see, look, I hardly touched the stamping platform onto the card, and you can see how much colour already transferred over onto the card, and I hardly pressed it at all. So that's the first half done. So I'm just going to take those off. And unfortunately, you do need, with this technique, you do have to give your stamp a bit of a clean. And I have got one of those stamp cleaners like Phil's got, because I do think they are quite effective, but I'm just going to speed it up a little bit and just use a baby wipe for this one. But when I finish with this, I definitely will use the stamp cleaner to take all the excess ink off. I'm really impressed with them. So thank you again, Sheila, in our class, for that tip. So as you know, the Distress Oxides can stay quite wet after you've stamped them. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of kitchen roll over the top of it, just so I don't transfer any ink over. So I can take the stamp off, and now I can line up on this side. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get my top and bottom measurements, the stars in place first, because I know where they were top and bottom. So I'm just going to lift the bottom one up. And then the great thing about these random patterns is that I can actually line up the stars in the gap, look. So I don't know whether you can see it. So I'm just going to try and use my tweezers. I don't really want to lift it up too much. I'm going to try, everybody. Just bear with me. Not get too close to you. So the star there, look, the bit of star there, I'm trying to line up so it's horizontal with that star there. So I'll put that one back. So excuse me if you just see the top of my head. Just going to see if I can get that a little bit closer. Do you know what? Actually, I think I'm quite happy. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to do any more. So I'm just going to close it, pick it up again. And now I can see the colours that I had the turquoise, the salvage patina at the top, and the brush corduroy at the bottom. So if I look there, I now need to put the salvage patina at the bottom and the brush corduroy on the top to get my two-tone colours. Just going to make sure. Yep, I'm happy with that. Might have missed a little bit on this top corner again, but I'll just wait and see when I've stamped it. Yeah, just missed a little bit in that top corner, look. So just bear with me, I can see it. So I'm hoping what you can see from the camera is that it just takes such little. I can't believe I've just missed that. Right, I will have got it this time. That it takes so little pressure to get a really good impression of these tiny little the dainty stars. There you go. So I'm just going to take that off. Let me just clean the stamp again. Just take off the excess. Now, while I've got the stamp on my stamping platform, I have got a little bit. Yes, Judy, I don't know what Phil is saying, but I've just seen, aren't you the older brother? Yes, he is, Judy. Don't you let him try and tell you that I'm older than him. I'm not. So I'm hoping that you can see, and see if I can come a little bit closer, that you can see all the detail on there. Now, if I wanted to, because it's Distress Oxide and it stays a little bit wet, I could put clear embossing powder over the top of it, or the crystal clear embossing powder and make it sparkly. But I'm just, for this purpose, I'm just going to leave it plain. So I'm just going to put that to one side. So while I've still got the stamp on my stamping platform, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my words. So I'm going to stamp my words. Now, I've already done some. So if I just show you what I've done. So I've already done Just For You. Let me put it in the right way because that will drive me mad. So I've already stamped Just For You. And again, I'll try and lift it up for you. I'm hoping I've got that in the middle of my camera because I actually can't see it. So just give me one minute just for it to catch up. Oh, focusing. Oh, too close. Apologies, it's catching up. So I've already stamped those. So I'm going to do exactly the same, and I'm going to have sending hugs. Yeah, sorry, too close, everybody. Sorry. So I've got my sending hugs, and I'm going to stamp these at the same time. So I'm just going to position them on my stamping platform, and I'm just going to make sure that obviously they're in the right place. So that's why you just need to do a little bit of adjustment. Just move that over here. And I'm trying to, because the stars are obviously parallel, I am trying to make sure they're straight. Yeah, so that's enough. And exactly the same technique as before. So I'm going to stamp with the salvage patina, and I'm making sure I've got enough area. I might say oops in a bit, Debbie, if I do something wrong. I'm just going to add a little bit of the brown. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm just going to hold it. To say how small the actual stars are, I think Phill said something like 0.1 millimetre. Yes, Linda, when I was doing it earlier on, I actually did have kitchen roll, but not for this one. Doesn't make any difference really. It picks up an incredible amount of detail, so you can see that it's still stuck to the stamp, but if I turn those over, it's stamped perfectly. And again, I'm hoping I've not gone too close this time, everybody. So you can see that it's picked up the detail in the stars. So I'm just going to put them to one side just to dry. I have got kitchen roll, look, it's here, because I'm going to clean this now, look. And I'm just going to wipe the stamp. So I don't actually need my stamp or my stamping platform anymore, so I can put that to one side and I will clean that stamp properly later. So what you've got is you've got just for you, and then inside I'm going to have sending hugs. And I've already assembled the just for you onto the shadow. So I'm just get the sending hugs, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to attach the wording to the shadow part of these dies. It's so easy. And again, this is only my technique. You will all have your own techniques when you get these home. And if you put your hand behind the sentiment, the focus will be on your sentiment. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. I'll try that. What's that? Has that done it? Just waiting for it to catch up on my screen. Oh, excellent tip, Bonnie. I can just see it on my screen now. Thank you for that. That's terrific. Thank you. So this is the way that I've assembled it, and I've used the brush glue, the PVA glue with the brush applicator to do this one. And I don't know if anybody, if you've never used this glue before, it like all our PVA glue, it's super strong, and it's perfect for attaching small fiddly die cuts to your card. So you can see that I'm taking off virtually all of the glue on this. I want my brush to be almost free of glue, almost free of it, so it's quite dry, the brush. Just want to put that to one side. And then this is where I've used a piece of kitchen roll, and I've turned it upside down on the kitchen roll, and all I've done is I've tapped the almost dry brush, and you can see it's already picking up the words. So those of you who don't like to get glue all over your fingers, and that will be enough. And I'm just going to leave that glue off for a minute, because I'm going to come back to that in a minute. So I'm going to use this tweezer. These bullnose tweezers are perfect for picking these small sentiments up. So when I did this, I started at one side and I attached it. Now you'll have to bear with me because my camera's right above my head, which is where I would normally go. There you go. How easy is that? So if you get one letter lined up, the rest follow really easy. Look, stuck to my tweezers, look. And again, if you want to lift it up and adjust it, you have got time for a little bit of wiggle room just to get that lined up. How easy is that? Dead easy. So I'm just going to leave those to one side. So while I've got my piece of kitchen roll out and my glue brush, I'm going to glue the frame, the skinny frame, got something stuck on there, to my outer frame. So I'm going to glue those here, and it's exactly the same technique that I used. Let me just fold that over so I don't get any glue on that one. And for me, this just saved me having to mess with the nozzle of the bigger glue, trying to sort of control it on the thing. So just tap, 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 tap. And I haven't added any more glue to this than the first time that you saw me take it out of the pot. So what I'm dabbing on here is still the same application. I'm going to put that away now to one side. I'm going to pick the, oh look, I keep picking this little bit of fluff up. I'm going to line it up one side, and then once it's on, you've got a little bit of time just to manipulate the frame, just to get it where you want it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'll just hold you that there. Yeah, I think Phil probably is just sat enjoying his coffee. It's what I'm normally doing, everybody, when I'm watching Phil on his lives. Now, as I said earlier on, all these frames, if you cut them in the way that I have done here, with the skinny frame on the outside, you're always going to be left with these inners. And there's loads of different ways that you can use these inners. So while I was experimenting, to put that one to one side to dry, these are all the different things that I was playing with earlier on when I was prepping my my demo. So you can see, you could just have a plain craft card, and that looks great in there, or you could stamp. And I love the linen, love the linen texture, but you could have the linen texture behind it, and then you could put your words on, which looks absolutely terrific. Or you could put the linen texture behind a different frame. So again, you can see that I've used a different set of frames from the layering frames to create that one, because it's got a thicker blue border. And again, you can sit those on top, so it'll sit really nicely. And just to show you that you can do the words the other way round, I also, because I wasn't sure whether I wanted craft card on mine or the turquoise card for the background, you could also interchange them with the different backgrounds as well. So really, really versatile. So my advice to you is, don't throw any of your scraps away. Keep them all, because the scraps will be really useful. And this is just some of my scraps, look, that I've got here. So you can see that that has come out of there when I've been cutting that layer. And again, that will work on it. The blue layer will work on it. Or you could even have white, which is what I'm going to do on mine when I start assembling it. So a white background, and you can have the words, and they look equally as good in blue and craft. So I'm hoping that's just shown you some different ways to use all the bits. So don't throw out any of your little bits of card, because they're really useful. So I'm just going to put that to one side. So just bear with me. I don't need that one. I'm going to leave that. Put that away. So now I'm going to go back to my original card that I've made. So I'm going to go back to my base card that I've shown you. And I love this. I do like to make shaped cards, I must admit. You know, whenever Phil's asking the design team, our design team are amazing. Thank you everybody so much, because the samples, when you see them next week, are amazing. I like to make different shaped cards. I like to challenge myself and get out of my comfort zone a little bit and just make a different shape. So this is why I've gone for this one. So the whole length of that piece of card is 27 centimeters. And obviously that makes that 18 and that then 9. So 9, 18, 27. But you could easily resize this. And obviously I've got the inside. So this layer here that you saw me stamping earlier on, I'm just going to edge the sides with the brush corduroy. And of course, if you don't quite get your little stars lined up properly on your edges, this is also a very good way of hiding any little crafting errors on the side. So I've just edged the layer of that, and I'm going to stick that to that layer now. Oh, look, I'm singing like Phil. Sorry, I've just realised. I've not said ups yet, though, have I? So I'm just going to start assembling this layer. And if you want to press the layers down, you can just get a piece of kitchen roll if you don't want to get ink or glue over your hands, and you can just press the layers down that way. So then I've got my frame to put on, and I actually want my frame to stand up. On the inside I've stuck it flat, but on this one I actually want to stand up. So I'm going to use foam tape to do this, and I just want to show you all the foam tape that Phil gave me, because I'm not really quite sure how he thought I was going to use this foam tape on these cards. So he decided to give me what looks like Fred Flintstone's wheel from his car. And I thought, I'm not really quite sure how I'm going to make that work, Phil. So I've had to go back to my little foam tape to do this. But thank you anyway, Phil. So I'm going to raise this up on foam tape. So I've cut my piece of foam tape roughly the length of that, and I'm going to cut it in half. Now these are non-stick scissors, so that does obviously help to stop the foam tape getting stuck. Well, yes, you can have it back, Phil, if you want. No, I will use it, just not on this type of card. And Phil, I know Phil would have used his silicone glue to do this, but I'm going to use good old trusty foam tape. It's, there is a rumour that the large rolls of foam tape were still not quite enough for Phill on one of his cards. I've not seen that yet though, but that's the rumour going. So I've used foam tape, but you could certainly use silicone gel as well if you wanted to. Right. Now, because I'm sticking this foam tape onto a layer of card that's stamped, I'm actually going to put a little bit onto the foam tape as well, just to give it a little bit more extra adhesion. Sorry, I've just knocked my light. And I'm going to do this by eye. And again, you have to forgive me. I would normally stand up to do this if I was crafting at my craft desk, but because I've got the camera above my head, I'm going to hope that that is in the middle, because that is where it's going. So that is the front. Obviously, now I know what I am going to do, but I could put that straight onto there with the stars showing through, but because I've stamped the stars already onto the sentiment, I'm actually going to put the white insert into here. And again, I'm just going to use our brilliant glue. It is a fantastic glue. And I'm trying to read your comments, but I promise you I will go back and read them later. So I've done that because I want my words to stand out a little bit more on the background. But if I'd had a stronger colour, or I'd have just inked the white words rather than stamped it, I probably could have put it straight onto that background. And I'm going to stick these on again. I could, if I wanted to, I could use the silicone gel to lift these, but just for the purposes of the demo, I'm going to use the glue, and I'm going to go back to my brush glue. So again, just so you can see, because it's really thick, it's a good way in the 100ml pot for you to see how super strong the glue actually is. And this is a brand new pot that I pilfered from the shop this week. And I'm taking off as much excess as I can. Put that out of the way. Make sure I get my words in the right order. And again, I'll put it down. Otherwise, I'll do that. Just tap, 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 tap. Turn it over. And I'm not quite sure if you can tell from the camera, but I'm just using so little of this glue because it really is incredibly strong. You just don't need to use a lot of it at all because it's super, super strong. So again, tap, tap, tap. Giving a little press just for you. And I'm going to do the same. I'll speed this up a little bit. Hopefully I'm all right for time, Phill. You know, but I can't see anything, so. And it grabs, the glue will grab quickly, but you've still got a little bit of time just to wiggle it if you need to. So there you go. See, that little bit of time just to get it straightened. Oh, I wonder whose birthday's coming up in August that I could send this to. I wonder if there's anybody I'm fairly fond of that I could send this card to. It might be like my birthday card that I saw being made on the live, but is now resides in the shop. So there you go. So just for you, sending hugs. Now, because I've covered quite a wide area of this, of the inside of the card with the sentiment, what I've done on this card, look, is I've put an extra panel on the inside if you want to write a greeting. So ever practical when I'm making my cards. So I've put the panel there. You could put it on the back, but I've put it on the front. So now we're at this stage. I'm going to go back and I'm going to put this panel on the front. So just bear with me while I'm just gluing this layer. Got to turn that over. Make it flat. Make sure that piece of kitchen roll was dry underneath before I just blotted with it. And that layers on. And now hopefully you can see that this card is starting to come together. On the inside. So what I've got is, I can't tell you too much information about what I'm adding into the corners inside, but I am going to show you how I created the little flourishes in the corner. So I've done opposite colours, which is always nice when you've got two colours. So it started life as one of those. I'm just getting the other bits that go with it. And because I've used two different colours to make this, I've obviously got the bits that have fallen out from the other pieces. I can paper piece back in to these layers. So that's how my little corners started their life. And all I've done is I've snipped off the little prong just to create that shape. So I've cut off my little prong and using the same technique. And again, I've gone back to my brush glue. I've not added any more since the last time you saw me apply the glue. I'm just going to turn that around just so I can hold it onto that bigger bit. And I'm just tapping the brush glue on. And that, honestly, that amount of glue will be enough to hold this little corner piece. And then I've literally just tucked it into the corner. And stuck it down. And that is well and truly stuck. That is going nowhere. Now, to put these little bits in, because they're a little bit smaller, I haven't used the brush glue for this. I've literally just done a little bit of a dab and squiggle inside. And then, as if by magic, they just, what is this little bit that keeps everywhere getting on me? They fit right in. It's almost as if they've come out of something the same shape. And that's how I've created I'm not telling you whether it's a sneaky peek of something coming tomorrow. I've been sworn to secrecy, so I'm not saying anything. I won't get my humongous Christmas bonus if I tell you what's coming tomorrow, so I've got to keep that to myself. So that's now my inside done, and you can see my front is there, and then all I've got to do is I've got to add my flowers. So I am going to add flowers to this card, but if I didn't want to add flowers, if I wanted to keep this more masculine, I could just finish there. So I could stop there and not do anything else to that card, just literally just leave it. Or I could just add some of these fantastic little stars, which I think are from the Happy Birthday set, and I could just add a couple of stars on the two corners. Hang on, I'm missing a star. I'll find my star. Missing one of my brown stars, but I could just add those in the corner if I wanted these to stay more masculine, but I'm not. I am going to make mine flowery. And I've missed something. I've lost a star, everybody. I've lost a star. I'm going to add the flowers. So again, I know Phill would use his silicone glue to do this, but because our glue is so strong, you know, I more often than not I do go straight for our PVA glue. And that is stuck. So I'm just holding it just for a few seconds. And as I said, these are the Enchanted Forest pearls, which are a really lovely shade. If I turn that over, really lovely shade of sort of like almost like a pinky brown and a teal. So for some reason, I've lost one of my corner pieces, but I'm going to put them on anyway. And Phill will be pleased to know that I am actually using my silicone glue to put these on, to lift them up. I've just found my other button, look. So I've got my pin flare glue. Give it a good squeeze. So you don't need, I'm just going to clean that, just bear with me everybody. Tell I've been using it because it's got a bit gunky. So the buttons I'm going to add in the other corner, and I love these buttons, absolutely love these buttons, and there's lots of different ways that you can use them. You'll see when you get to view the amazing cards that the design team have made for you. You'll see all the different uses of these gorgeous little buttons. Imagine whose neck I'm squeezing when I'm squeezing out the silicone gel. So I'm not going to put any on the white. I'm going to see if that's enough with these. One, and you can see that I've just used a little bit of twine. Just to finish the buttons off, but they do look absolutely gorgeous, these with pearls in the center of them as well. So you could equally use pearls. Now I've got these diddly widdly widdly little stars. Yeah, I am. As I've done them and I've prepped them, they might as well go on the card, haven't they? So might as well finish it off in its entirety. And I use a hat pin rather than a cocktail stick. So I'm not, and Phill, I hope you are sat down. I hope you sat down for this next bit of information, because I am not going to add any diamond dazzle or razzle dazzle, as we like to call it at the shop, onto this card. I don't think it needs any glitter. I think that's enough on that card. So again, I'll just go through it. So it's craft card with totally turquoise, enchanted forest pearls, and it's got loads of the different frames and sentiment from all the different collections. So I can assure you that when you get these home, those of you who have already managed to put them in your baskets, that you will have so much fun playing with these and creating loads of different cards and variations for male or female, different occasions. And I will put that next to it here as well, because I know people often ask me afterwards for the measurements of the card. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you very much for letting me demonstrate on a Friday evening. Hope I've not bored you all too much, and I'm sure Phill will enjoy sharing his next demo with you as well. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I'm back. I was muted. Apologies for that. So, thank you for that, Karen. That was a fabulous demo. Loved it. Completely different to what I'm going to do. Hope can you hear me now? Karen. Can you hear me now? Can somebody tell me if you can hear me? Yes, you can hear me. Thank God for that, because I clicked the microphone button. Anyway, so quickly again, just thank you to Karen for that. Marvelous job as ever. You know she's had the best teacher, but it's completely different to what I'm going to do. And I was just saying the design team have done an amazing job. I can't wait for you to see what they've done. But I'm not going to put the album on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page until next Tuesday, the day before my TV shows. I'm going to do a quick recap. Karen, I did just say, and I know I was muted, so I'm going to say it again. I did add some more stock to the dies bundle, but I daren't add any more. I can see there's only a few left, so I'll let you check before anybody before they sell out again, because you just don't know. I don't know how many we've got. So quick recap. So these are the frame sentiments. It's a brand new format. It's a brand new concept. Frame sentiments collection. You've got. I'll flick it over. I'll just do a quick flick through. So just for you, where you've got the gorgeous joined up sentiment, whoop, and you've got the drop shadow. You've got all these lovely layering frames, nesting frames, and you've got the little heart buttons. You've got sending hugs, which I love. So you've got sending hugs, you've got a different frame and 3 little oval buttons. You've got someone special, different frame again, and you can see already how these frames are just going to be so useful. And when I was designing these, Julia will tell you, I said to Julia, shall we just keep going until I can't get any more in? Because even these smaller ones, look, are going to be amazing with your embossing folders. They're going to be amazing with your smaller sentiment stamps. So you're going to be able to use these for lots and lots of different things. So someone special, birthday wishes, different frame, different buttons, mix and match. Happy birthday, different frame, different buttons, mix and match. And then with love. So they are your first 6 framed sentiment sets. There will be a series 2 because there are other words that I wanted to do, but 6 is enough to launch these. These are 1990. So Linda's just asked me how much these are. No, it's my fault, Di. I had the microphone muted. They can hear me now. So we've currently got these on offer. So the full bundle has got £15 off. I can't remember how much it is. It's 104, I think. That includes the £15 off. It's the same price that they're going to be on TV. They will only be cheaper on TV if you're a member of the Freedom Club. So if you're not, it's going to be exactly the same price. So they are your 6 framed sentiment die sets. You're going to love them. And then you've got these 4 limited edition exclusive Doodle Dainty stamps. So you've got Doodle Dainty hearts, and these are all either less than a millimeter or just 1.2 of a millimeter. Doodle Dainty dots, Doodled linen, and Doodle Dainty stars. And these are minute, so they're perfect for stamping over your sentiments. So I've just seen the time. Should have had half an hour, 40 minutes. So I'm going to whiz through mine. And you can guarantee that my demo is going to be completely different. This is already diamond dazzled. I'm on TV on Wednesday. Do you know what, Debbie? I think there is in series 2. We've got anniversary. Thank you. I'm not going to tell you because it'll spoil it. Easily, Wilbur. Easily, these will fit into your new tag dies. Easily. Right, so I've got a little 6x6 and it's a full card. It's a proper card. I've got all my bits already cut out. So I can't remember which stamp Karen just used. I think it was the I can't actually remember. Did Karen just use the dots or the stars? Anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm going to use what I want to anyway. So I'm getting all my little bits out. I've got my buttons already in there as well. And I've used a combination of the die sets. So remember, right from the offset, I told you that these are going to be great for mixing and matching. And when I've designed them so that you might want to do, I don't know, you might want to do happy birthday, but not use the happy birthday frame. Well, you don't need to. You can use one of the others. They're all going to work perfectly together. So I've got the little, Karen used the stars, right? So I use the dots or the hearts then. So I've got my little 6x6 card, and this is a new era because you are going to see me do a 6x6 card tonight, and you're going to see me do a 7x5 card tomorrow. So I've designed these purposely with smaller cards in mind. However, this card that I'm going to make now, this card, I was watching, but I was working at the same time. I can do more than one job at a time. Yeah, so this is going to be a 6x6 card. However, I'm going to show you what it looks like as an 8x8 as well. So I'm going to do, if Karen did the stars, I'm going to do the little dots, just because it saves me having to line them up. Actually, I might do the linen. No, I'm going to do the linen. I'm going to do the linen. So I've used a collection. I've used different inserts for different parts of this. Yeah. So these are this is a different insert than what comes with this frame. When ironically Karen chose the same one. It should be Teresa. You can choose PayPal. Yeah, you can choose PayPal. So I've got all these that need stamping. So I'm going to pop that there, move those out of the way. That one is going to be left plain, and these two are going to be stamped, as is this one. I'm going to use 2 different colours of oxide tonight, and I'm using Tattered Rose and I'm using Weathered Wood. These colours are absolutely gorgeous together. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous together. No, I was checking, yeah. So let's get the platform out. Oh, no, actually, I'm not going to do it on the platform. I'm going to do it just with my acrylic block. So the good thing with the linen is it doesn't matter which way you stamp it. These stamps and the dies have sold out once already. This linen is a beautiful, beautiful open linen. Yeah, you can use PayPal. I'm not sure why you can't see it, Teresa. So little tip, it doesn't matter which orientation you stamp this. Doesn't matter which direction you stamp this stamp because it's linen. So I'm going to be able to do all 3 in one go. And I'm going to do them in both colours at the same time. This is a brand new one. So I'm going to go all the way over with the Weathered Wood. And I'm going to bring that in to show you because it looks gorgeous before I even stamp it. Look at that. Yeah, it could be Teresa because the website's been absolutely chock-a-block busy. So I'll put the Weathered Wood on first. Now, those of you that watch me all the time will know that I usually tell you to put your lightest colour on first. But I want the mix of these 2 colours. So I'm just doing this randomly. And Weathered Wood is the strongest colour. So I'm toning it down now with the Tattered Rose. And let's see, look at that, that's shameful. Let's see how we go with this. I'm going to stand up to do this. This card will look completely different to what Karen's done. And I think this is why I love these stamps and dies. Because you can use them in so many different ways. And I'll be truthful with you. The design team and Julia will tell you, when I was doing the sentiments, I tried lots of different fonts and lots of different ways of joining them up. But I think this looks really, really classy. So let's see how we get on with that. Oh, that is just so lovely. So we've toned down that lovely Weathered Wood. Let me just show you this. Oh, that is so beautiful. Look at that. Do you see what I mean about it being quite an open linen? So it's not too heavy. Let's just pop that there. And I'm also going to do my sentiments the same. But this time I'm going to put Tattered Rose on first. In fact, I might not even put any more Weathered Wood on. I might put a bit on. Because I don't want it to be too different. That'll do. That will do nicely. Yeah, the linen. Do you know which one's my favourite? See if you can guess which is my favourite of the new texture stamps. That looks amazing. That looks absolutely incredible. Look at that. Do you see what I mean about dainty? The dots is actually my favourite. I should have used the dots. Well, I love them all because we'll use them all, won't we? So I'm just going to clean this stamp, and I don't know where I've put my lovely stamp cleaner. No, my favourite is the dots. I love the dots. I can see just how much I'm going to use the dots. So I am using my lovely little stamp cleaner that's probably dried out because it's been roasting in my craft room. Oops, sorry if I'm rocking the camera, which I know I am. Oh, that's marvellous. Marvellous. Right, let's put that to one side. Dinner's at 9. As usual. Right, so we've got the texture going on. And then what I'm going to do with my daisies is, look at that, let me just get rid of some of that ink. Don't contaminate your ink pads like I've just done. It won't harm it. It will come off, love. But I was very naughty. I was very naughty. I do love that new toy, Linda. Absolutely love it. Right, so what I've done with the daisies is I've stuck them together. And these are from the Delightfully Daisy die sets. There is a link in the description, as always. And I've glued these together, but I haven't shaped them. So I've just done them together and not shaped them. And I'm going to add a little bit of colour to the centre of them. So I'm not doing just 3 flowers. No, mine will be in the oven, Judy. I've got to be done for 9 or thereabouts. So I'm going to take my little stipple brush to add a bit of texture, a bit of colour to these daisies. And I literally just want to do just a little bit around the centre. So I'm going to do some with Tattered Rose, which is an absolutely beautiful colour. I'll mix it up so they're not all the same. And I'm doing it with the stipple brush rather than my smoothie because I want the little rough texture from it. I'll bring them in and show you in a second. And what happens is the stipple brush gets down into the debossed bits from the dies. I'm going to do that one. Oops. In Weathered Wood. Weathered Wood is like a bluey grey. It's beautiful. That one needs to be Tattered Rose. So let me just clean that a bit. Do you yeah, do everything, Linda. Why would you want to do 3 daisies when you can do lots more? Absolutely, Lynn. Yeah, I do all my own prep. I do all my own prep for the TV demos as well. And then I know, and the reason I do that is so that I know exactly what's in my little envelopes. So I've now added some texture and some colour to these daisies. I'll bring them in and let you just have a quick look just before, and you can see how these colours go so lovely together. I'm going to let them dry before I put the gems in later on. How beautiful are these colours together? So let's pop them there out of the way. Bit of kitchen roll. I quite like doing a new release for you early. I've never done it before, I don't think. It's just something a little bit different. So I'm leaving this one plain white, and I'm leaving this one plain white as well. So when you get your dies home, you're going to be able to see just how many different layers there are, because I think there's something like 86 dies or something across the range, and I've used a little 7x5 embossing folder on this one. So this is the one that's got the little flourishes and everything, and tomorrow I'm using a different one. So let's just see if this is dry. It's dry enough for me to work with, I think. So we are going to come to the assembly part. So I've already done my butterflies. This here is this frame. So you remember, you can do your little borders with these as well. Just chop them in half. So you're going to... Lee's just asked me about the Christmas box kit. So I'll just tell you all now that there isn't going to be one. There isn't going to be a Christmas box kit. So Craft Stash have postponed all new box kits for the rest of this year. So my next magazine box kit will not be until February next year. But I have got something new for you all in a few weeks. Yeah. So I've literally just chopped the edges off one of them to create my little border. And we're going to start putting this card together. So this is very much going to be like a Phill version of Clean and Simple, which clearly is not clean and simple. I'm going to ink around the edge of these, just the embossed ones. So I'm going to do Tattered Rose first. I don't know what these bits are on this card. So I'm doing Tattered Rose first, and then I'm going to add a little highlight with the weathered wood. And I know this is the wrong sponge for weathered wood, but it's going to have to do. You're only going to see the bottom half of these. So I'm not going to go too mad with it. So pop that over there. So here we go. I've got to try and remember what I had in my head now when I was prepping this. So I'm just going to give you a rough idea of what the layout is that I'm going to do on here, because although these have all been designed obviously to fit the sentiment dies, yeah, and you all know this, you all know that the sentiments are going to fit on the frame dies easily, and they're going to work on the three largest ones, yeah. So you already know that they're going to work. So I'm showing you these using them in a different way. This is going to be very much I'm trying to remember which way around I had it. That's it. Very much scrapbooky. So that is going to go there. That is going to go there. Hang on a minute. I think I'm mixed up. Hang on a minute. I'm mixed up. That's it. So the two smallest ones, the two largest ones. This one is going to be left plain. So I'm doing multi-layering, and then this frame is going to sit there like that. So this is going to stick on the edge of here. So remember to do it from the reverse. Yeah, completely different what Karen's done. And this is why I love these dies. So many different ways you can use them. So I'm now taking that little edge. Let me come a bit further off, just so it's a bit higher. We're now adding the edge to one of the smaller ones. So we're effectively creating a new frame. And I'm just going to be a little bit fussy because that's how you know me. I'm keeping that inverted corner. Is it very humid or is it just me? I've got the fan on, but I can't feel it at all. So let's start putting this card together. So the two stamped ones are going on first. And I'm going to turn it the other way around because there's a little bit more of the tattered rose showing on the top. Who says I can't do 6x6 cards? It's very hard. And this one is going to go down here. This is a top fold, by the way. I'm into my top folds at the moment. So foam tape on this layer. Foam tape on this one. And I'm going to put 2 bits on just so it doesn't go wobbly. And then this one here is going to go on next. So we've got a little bit of that same edge on that edge. So we've created a border with this. Easy peasy. Think outside the box. Let's have it that way on. And then this one is going to go in the opposite direction. Oops. Just like that. So I'm going to pop that to one side for a second. Yeah, it's very warm. Oh, Linda, well, I hope you feel better soon. 29 degrees in Michigan, 60% humidity. Yeah, I think it's 100% humidity here. So I'm going to leave the base of these white, and I'm not going to do what Karen did with the brush glue. I'm just going to put some glue on my mat and pick it up. So these dies look amazing whether you use the shadow or not. I'm just going to show you. So these sentiments look amazing with or without the shadow. But I think the shadow gives them well, it does 2 things. It gives it that lovely definition, and it also gives them a little bit of strength. And you know what I'm going to tell you? Exactly the same as when we did the elegant script sentiments. These are so easy to line up. Well, I didn't even have to look at that. I didn't even have to look at that. It just went straight on. Love them. Love, love, love. And I've just had a little thing pop up on my screen telling me that the stock's low again. I'm glad you like them because it's a completely different concept. But hopefully you can see just how much value there is in dies that you can mix and match. Because I love that you can use the frame from one with the sentiment from another. And that was something I made sure, so I tested them before I even ordered the samples. So I've kept the white background on that. So it actually makes the linen texture pop a little bit more. So now we're going to start adding the extra layers. I don't think I need that. So this is going to go across here like so. And I'm going to revert to my glue gel now. And the only reason I've gone to my glue gel is because I've got different heights here. I've actually got 3 different heights on this card so far. Oh, cocktail stick. I'm not listening. Say it again. I did miss what you said. I'm looking. I'm trying to look. 74. Wow. Oh, thank you, Julie. Honestly, I can't wait till you get these home and you see all the different ways you can use them. And the demo I'm doing tomorrow at 1 o'clock is completely different again. And I've done it again a little bit scrappy. I haven't glittered this, by the way. I've done it a little bit scrappy like this is. Well, you can see how warm it is because even my glue gel is melting. So this is going to go just there. And then the texture one is going on top. A little bit lower. And then at the end, when I finish putting this card together, so this center look is not from this die, but look how gorgeous it looks. That's a different center from a different die set, which I just think is really rather marvelous. So we're just going to come to the daisies. I'm going to pop the gems in first, and I'm just using the diamond gems for this. Because the diamond gems are just clear. And I'm not going to shape them with my ball tool. I'm just going to poke them up by hand. Will I get my dinner at 9? Probably not. I think it'll be about 10 past. So just the clear gems. Oops. So remember, the stamps you can only get from me, Julia, and other retailers, select retailers. I don't just give them to everybody. The dies will be on my TV shows on Wednesday, and I'm on at 7 a.m. and 12 noon. Oops. So that's the daisies done. You know there's going to be some random gems going on. You know that for a fact. So just let them set for a second. So while I just let that glue dry for a minute, we're going to come to the foliage. So because this is a 6x6 card, because this is, well, it's not shallow, but you're going to see lots of 6x6s from me in the coming month. And you're going to see a lot of 7x5s from me in the coming month. You're probably not going to see anything smaller than a 6x6 because I can't get what I want on my smaller cards. But you obviously can. So I'm just snipping these down. I've literally just glittered the ends as usual. And you know, if I could sell these bottom halves, I would. I've got loads of them. So at this stage, I'm just going to show you, just in case you want to replicate this card. I know that my butterfly's coming up here. So I'm just going to show you a couple of different options. So we could, because we've got the white, we could raise that up. We could raise that up and have them there. But I know that mine are going here. Yeah, just like so. So I'm going to put my sentiments on first. And you know I like a little bit of height with these. And if you struggled, if you're one of the people who struggled with the delicateness of the elegance script, you won't have that problem with these because they're a lot more forgiving. So I'm going to put width on first. It could go up there and it could go down there, but I want them together. So we're going to have width, love, I mean that looks gorgeous already before I even do anything else to it. Audrey, I'd have been having palpitations. Right, so now the daisies. So the glue's not quite set. So the daisies, look, I'm not doing what I usually do, which is make them really high. So this is why I left them flat. And if you haven't got the daisy dies, you need them in your life. The dotty daisies, I use them all the time. I love the dotty daisies. I've just moved that gem, so forgive me a second. And the dotty daisies are the ones that have that lovely debossed dot. So we've got the texture from the linen, and we've also got a little bit of texture from the daisy dies. And they look completely different. You know, when you just raise them just a little bit, you'll all know this because you watch me enough. Normally my flowers are really, really deep. But if I just show you, look, these are a lot shallower than what I usually do. But they look just as good. I'm never going to be done for 9 o'clock. So just while I'm doing all these little boring bits, remember, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, get on it. Get on it. Right, so here we go. We're going to start putting this together. And I'm just going to put these in the order that I put them. I'm just going to put these in the order that I put them. Yeah, that's it. Just so I know exactly where I'm going with them. So although this is a 6-inch card, I've still managed to get loads and loads of texture on it. Not sure I've got enough glue on that, but no, I haven't. Hang on. This is why I like my glue gel. So I can raise this one above that one. Even if it is melting, the same as I am. So 1 weathered wood and 2 tattered rose at the top. I promise you I'll look at everything you've said to me later. I saw everything you were saying earlier, but not since I started demoing. So let's get the other 3 smaller ones on. And you know I like to do opposites, so I don't know whether you've noticed. I'll just do that first. That needs a bit more glue. So we're going opposite. Opposite. And opposite. So, and then we've got a couple of random ones. And the random ones they're going to go on once I put all the foliage on. So I've purposefully chosen I think this is the floaty fronds. And the floaty fronds, if you're doing smaller cars, this is a little top tip for you. If you're doing smaller cars, the floaty fronds, because it's really open, works particularly well with these. I'm going to pop I forgot what these are called. Delicate fronds. These are the delicate fronds. They're going on first, and they're only going on the big daisy. The butterflies, as you know, will be the last thing to go on. So the floaty fronds are just going to go on the big daisies. The delicate fronds are going on in between. And I can just shove these in. I could just shove these in anywhere. I always use, as you know, 2 different sorts of foliage. I will give this card away in our Facebook group, so if you're not in it yet, now's the time. But not until after my TV shows, because I'll take it with me. It'll be on display. It's like surgery. Yeah, well, yeah, it was actually really nice for you to have Karen demo in, because we've only just figured out how to do it with this software. So now I know how to do it, even though we had a bit of trouble with Karen's camera. But now we know how to do it. Yes, you will see more. So I've just got one more front to put on. This is so easy to do, this card. So easy to do. So all my main flowers, look. All my main flowers are towards the right. And you'll understand why I've left the butterflies plain white. In a moment you will anyway. So now the extra little daisies are going to get on this side. And the small ones are the only ones that I've left individual. We are nearly done. I reckon I'll be done in 5 minutes. which is just as well because I'm getting a fuzzy head. So big one first. Let's cover up that join. How beautiful are these colours together? Oops. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Right, so when I was doing the basic layout for this, when I was prepping it earlier, I knew that I was going to have the texture stamp on here. And one thing I mean, this is a 6x6. You could absolutely just stop there or just put a couple of flowers on the panel. But I knew that I was going to use the texture stamp on this top panel. So we've got all the detail look from the lacy frame die. We've got bits of embossing folder showing. We've got texture there from the linen stamp. We've got the new sentiment dies sitting there. And I knew that I was going to have something on here to break up that texture. You can absolutely replicate this with any one of those new dies. So I've got With Love, which is one of the smaller sentiments. But I can tell you now that Happy Birthday will fit in that space as well. I need you to get these dies because I know what's going to happen. When I've been on Wednesday, we're going to have lost some of them. Oh, that's so beautiful. So beautiful. Right, so you know what's coming on next? You know what's coming next? I've got my little buttons in here. So I did loads and loads of these little buttons. This is, I can't remember which one it comes with. So I'm going to put a couple of these on. So let's have 3 small ones. And I've just got a little bit of twine on these. I'm going to have to do it with glue gel. And I'm obviously doing, hang on, I need to get rid of that bit. I'm not rushing it just because I'm over my time. I want to do it properly. And then I'm going to show you how this looks as an 8x8 when I've finished. So just get the glue gel on. Completely different to Karen's. This is why I love these dies. And I can't wait for you to see what the design team have come up with. Because as ever, they've done a spectacular job. The album will go on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page on Tuesday with all their samples in. And obviously you'll see mine in there as well, and Karen's. So, oops. That was a bit of a bugger. So, make sure I've got it the right way. It bugs me when buttonholes are not the right way. So 1, 2, yeah, so if you make any cards with the new dies, make sure your buttonholes are the right way. It bugs me when they're not. So we've got 3 down there. And we're going to have 3 up the other side. So let's go. Now stick to my original idea. So 1, 2. Got a bit too much glue on that one. And 3. I'm just wiping that before I stick my finger in it. Right, we're almost done. Almost done. You know I don't do. You know I don't do quick and easy. Who said you can't do 6x6 and make it look fabulous? So there's just one more job to do, and you know what that job is. It's a couple of random gems. I'm not going to go mad with them because there is a fair amount on this card. So 1, 2, 3. I might just stop at 3. I have to have some random gems. It's not right if you don't. One, two, 3. And I think that that is enough. Words you never thought you'd hear me say. So I'm going to bring this in and just quickly show you some of the detail, because everything that I've used tonight, apart from the daisy dies and the foliage dies, is new. Oops. I am going to glitter that in a second, but I'll wait till we've finished. So, little 6x6 top fold card. You know it's not going to go in an envelope when I've made it, so you'd need to make a box for it. So what we've got here is the actual, you've got the new frame sentiments. So you don't, although I've designed them with the idea of the sentiments fitting in all the frames, you absolutely don't have to. Yeah, you're in complete control. It's a fabulous set of dies, and if somebody else had designed them, I would want them because I think it's a really good concept. So what we've got here, because I tucked that little bit, the little bit that I chopped off, I've tucked it underneath. It actually looks like another version of this die, but it isn't. It's just the waist. It's just tucked underneath it. We've got the lovely weathered wood and tattered rose together, and I'm just going to show you because not everybody likes 6x6 cards. So I'm going to show you how that would look on an 8x8. So this is just an 8x8 base, and I'm just going to pop that on there. So if you would like to do 8x8s, how absolutely stunning is that? Even if I say so myself, that is absolutely stunning. And I am saying it myself, but completely different to what Karen's done, which I think is amazing. So you've got completely different versions using the same new products, and I love that. I'm going to tell you right from the offset, I already don't think I've ordered enough of these dies. Yeah, and I know that they've sold out once, maybe twice while we've been live on air. I know, Bonnie, which is why I've done a 6x6. Yeah, so 6x6 is stunning. 8x8 is stunning. So it's entirely up to you. So what I'm going to say is, get the dies whilst we've got them. I won't reorder the first release. So once the first release has gone, I won't reorder it because the second release will be on its way. Yeah. This is a new era, and the new era is 6x6s. And you're going to see lots of 6x6s from me and show you how they look in the 8x8 version as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you so much. Thank you to Karen as well for a fabulous demo. And now we know how to do it, we will do it more often. I'll quickly show you the boards just while I'm yakking, just so you can see what you're getting. So you've got a huge £15 discount off the full bundle of these dies. And these retail at $19.99 each. So you're only paying a fiver for the sixth one. I absolutely love them. The possibilities are just endless. So remember to tune in tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, because I have got another demo with 4 new products. Yeah, 4 new products that you've not seen tonight. Well, you've had a sneaky peek from Karen, but there are 4 new products tomorrow, and a demo from me and a demo from another special guest tomorrow afternoon. So 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Please make sure you've subscribed to my channel. And I'm not going to go through all the things because I'm tired now. Please make sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel, Crafting with Phill Martin, and you've also followed and liked my Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. Somebody next week or after I've done the TV shows will win this card because I will give it away in our Facebook group. And our Facebook group, if you're not already in it, yeah, there's a guest tomorrow as well, Chrissy. Yeah. So the Facebook group is Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. So go and get your dies ordered. Thank you to Karen for a fabulous demo. Thank you to me for another fabulous demo. And we shall see you tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. So thanks, everybody. Go and get your baskets checked out. Bye.